Well, all right. Hello, everyone, and happy Monday. It's digital host A.J. Wuest here, welcoming you back to Before the Four. Of course, the live stream where I go through some of 48's top news stories and then some before our 4 o'clock newscast. If you notice, maybe you noticed, it looks a little bit different back here today. We're a bit closer to this monitor right here. And that is because we are doing some renovations back here in our streaming center. They are actually building a wall up in front of me right here. I know you can't see it, but some exciting stuff coming to the streaming center. So we're a little bit back today, but it's still the same Before the Four that you all know and love. But first, let's talk about the weather. Jada Russell is here, and Jada, it certainly feels like a Monday today.
Absolutely. We're starting to see a lot of our temperatures hanging around some of those low in 40s, and that's mostly because we've had a lot of cloud cover for today. So that's going to keep us down into the 40s, but looking over the next couple of days, Tuesday morning is going to be off to a very chilly start. We're expecting to see those temperatures in the upper 20s at times, and then going through the rest of the day, getting it to a 50. By Wednesday, though, we will start to see a few rain chances developing Wednesday afternoon into the evening. 57 is where we'll sit by that point, but not too many of us will see those rain chances, but we'll see cooler conditions come Thursday, getting back into some of those upper 40s. Looks like our forecast wants to do a little bit of a tug of war here between some of those mid and low end 50s and upper to mid 40s. So we'll see how that plays out for the rest of the week. Even into the weekend, we're still trying to track down and figure out how cool it's going to be this weekend, because we're expecting a couple of 20s in the forecast. 20s and 30s for our lows. So also, if you are planning to get out, decorate, and use your front lawn area to decorate for this evening, we kind of are having a little bit of a technical issue, but it's okay. What we're expecting, though, is to see tonight and tomorrow be your best chances. By Wednesday, we do have a couple of those showers, so keep that in mind as you go through the rest of your evening. But other than that, it's just going to be chilly and breezy tonight, overcast conditions. Should see some sunshine come Tuesday, and I know a lot of folks have been wondering where did our sun go. We'll see it by that point. So with that being said, I'll take it back over to AJ.
This is exciting. The sun is coming out, so that does make a difference than when it's overcast like it is. For sure. But Jada, thank you so much. Always appreciate it. And also, if you're watching right now, you probably already know the drill. You probably already know what I'm about to say. But let's pull it up real quick. Right there. 48 First Alert Weather Extra. That goes on every weeknight at 9:30. Of course, First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis, he'll be back here in the streaming center. He'll have all the latest he's seeing on the radar. And feel free to leave a comment, any thoughts, questions, concerns you might have. Brad will shout you out right here on the live stream, and he'll work to find any answers that you might have. So First Alert Weather Extra, you're just not going to want to miss it. But now a story in case you missed it from over the weekend. A vigil was held in Lawrence County for the family of 5 who were killed in a devastating house fire in the Hillsborough community. Our own Faith Delp attended that vigil and has more. Let's take a look.
Hundreds of people gathered right here at Hillsborough Town Hall tonight to tell stories, cry, pray, laugh, and honor the family and friends this community lost.
There is no doubt in my mind tonight that these children are safe in the arms of Jesus.
Candles were lit and tears were shed for the lives of Chris Hill, Lisa Smith, and the 3 children, Chris Hill Jr., Ashanti Hill, and Shantae Hill. They all tragically died in a house fire on Friday morning.
120 candles, and we ran out in about 3 minutes.
The vigil was announced 48 hours ago by organizers Cherie Head and Brianna Watkins on behalf of the family. They didn't know what to expect, but they knew the Hillsborough community would show up. Head says this community is a village.
We're all family, whether we actually are blood or not. We are all family. It's truly a village that all works together for all the families in Hillsborough.
Seeing all the school teachers on the school bus that came off, I mean, that was just that was great.
The 3 kids attended East Lawrence Elementary School. Their teachers and bus driver, Rebecca Strickland, came to the vigil in the bus the kids rode every school day. Strickland says she will never forget those kids, their smiles, their laughs, and their love for others. In their honor, she put a memorial up in her school bus for her and all their classmates to see daily.
All 3 children had beautiful, bright souls, and they loved to talk, all 3 of them, and they just every day were so full of light and love and Jesus.
She says this loss is going to hurt for a long time, but she knows this community will get through it together.
We have Jesus in this community. I know that we will stick together and get through it together.
Funeral arrangements have not been made yet, and investigators are still working to determine just how all of this happened. The family and community just asks for prayers during this difficult time. Reporting in Hillsborough, Faith Delp, 48 News on your side.
And yeah, such a situation all around. I'm going to take out my IFB because I'm hearing myself, but yes, my heart certainly goes out to that family. But now earlier today in Decatur, 7 men were arrested in a sting operation put on by Decatur police. They say in the operation titled Home Alone, over 10 days, police communicated with people who authorities suspected were talking to underage children. Now, they later arranged a meeting place with the suspects, and when they arrived at said meeting place, they were met with Decatur police and taken into custody. Authorities are continuing to investigate this situation, and we'll have all the latest coming up in our evening newscasts. And now, staying in Morgan County, a Hartselle couple was recently convicted of an aggravated child abuse charge. Now, in May of 2021, a 3-year-old child was brought to the Decatur Morgan Hospital. The mother, Hannah Campbell, told hospital staff that the child fell down 3 stairs and landed on concrete. Now, emergency staff were suspicious as they believed the child's injuries were not consistent with what she was telling them. A nurse also noticed makeup on the child, and when that makeup was removed, it revealed bruises all over the child's face and body. The child was taken to UAB Hospital for treatment, and it was revealed the child had more serious injuries, including a lacerated liver. Now, the child ultimately had to get surgery. That's when Hannah Campbell, along with her husband, Lance Campbell, that's who you're seeing on screen, they were questioned by authorities. The couple was arrested and later charged with aggravated child abuse. Now, they were convicted on Friday. Their sentencing hearing will be held in February of next year. But with that story, we are going to take a quick break. But coming up, a man in Kansas has helped raise more than $100,000 to support veterans. We'll go through that story in just 1 minute. All right, well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Before the 4. I was reading some of y'all's comments on Facebook during the break, and it looks like we have a few comments here. We have, "What are you doing this weekend?" from Joseph Watson. Joseph, I still don't know. It's just Monday, of course, and I have the rest of the week, of course, to figure that out. But at the moment, I have no idea what I'll be doing this weekend. And we also have Kate Norum on Facebook. this afternoon. Kate Norum, of course, a former digital content producer here at WAFF 48. She says, love the setup. Kate, it is great to see you on. I hope all is well out there in Austin, where you are currently working. It is great to see you, Kate. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great week. But now take a look at this. A man in Kansas is using his love of recycling to support veterans. He's helped raise more than $100,000. Keenan Penn shows us how he's doing it, one can at a time. Let's take a look.
This is Chris, doing one of his favorite things, crushing cans. And for the past 12 years, he's been collecting and recycling them. Over the years, helping raise more than $115,000 for war veterans.
It's a process that Chris's mom says started right here in the garage.
Chris has always loved veterans. We had just started with Kansas Honor Flight, and that's when I really wanted him to be doing something to truly contribute. And so I started thinking, what could he do? And he loves to drink pop. So I thought, well, we'll get a can crusher and he can crush cans and save those and get a little money to give to Kansas Honor Flight. I'd take him to All Metal Recycling when he had enough cans, and he'd turn it in and he'd get his money, and we'd collect it up, and then he'd take it to the meeting and turn it in. And he thought that was pretty cool.
Chris was making a difference, an effort that All Metal Recycling took note of.
They noticed it and acted on it.
Chris has been an inspiration to everything that we do here.
Manager at All Metal Recycling, Nicholas Herndon, says that Chris had a huge hand in ushering in a newer process at the facility, one that allows customers the option to donate their earnings directly to the Kansas Honor Flight.
The support for our veterans is paramount when it comes to how we can give back to the local community, to Kansas as a whole. So it makes us feel pretty good.
The money raised helping sponsor hundreds of veterans trips to Washington, D.C. through the Kansas Honor Flight.
Just, from people coming in with their stuff, just saving it. That's insane. It's a lot of drinking.
In Wichita, Keenan Penn, 12 News.
Well, good deal. Awesome story there. And with that, let's go into the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscasts. The latest on the fiery crash that claimed the life of a Waterloo woman. Callie Neese has been speaking with authorities today on that situation, and she'll have more coming up. Also, an influx of vehicles stolen in one North Alabama neighborhood. Noah Cowell is on that today. And finally, the latest on a multi-county police chase in the Shoals. And these are just a few of the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscasts. And y'all, it is about that time. It is time for Facebook fun, of course. And our 48 Facebook question today: what is your favorite holiday cookie? Maybe you're starting to bake your festive cookies this time of year. What is your all-time favorite? And let's see what you all had to say. Looks like Scott Burkett said he remembers several years ago someone brought some cookies to the company Christmas party. They were called Hashes cookies. I have not had that, but that sounds pretty good. Thank you for commenting. Martha said gingerbread. Of course, you gotta love a good gingerbread cookie. Very, very good stuff right there. Buddy Gardner says the eating kind. The eaten kind, you gotta love cookies that can be eaten. 100% awesome. Thank you for commenting. Sarah Blankenship, just an iced sugar cookie. Hey, nothing's better than an iced sugar cookie, of course, especially with that right icing to cookie ratio is on point. You gotta love it. Leanne Underwood, what did she say? I missed it. She said Russian tea cakes. I have not had a Russian tea cake, but it sounds really good. Pecan shortbread cookies, of course. Whether it's pecan or pecan, it still tastes good. It doesn't really matter how you pronounce it. Pecan even, it's really good. And I definitely think I have a favorite holiday cookie as well. And that would be my mom's cheese cookies that she always bakes around the holidays, around Christmas time, of course. If you've ever had cheese straws, they are basically cheese straws in cookie form. They are so good. I am a big fan of those, but I also really like my mom's just basic sugar cookie, as well as her chocolate chip cookies, peanut butter chocolate. I don't discriminate against my cookies, let me tell you. I love pretty much all of them, but I think I'm gonna have to go with the cheese cookies that my mother bakes around the holiday time, 100%. But awesome comments from you all. You all always have the awesomest comments, no doubt about it. And I love reading them, seeing what you all have to say here across the Tennessee Valley. But y'all, we're gonna end before the 4 a little bit early this afternoon, but I hope you all enjoyed tonight's evening newscast. Thank you so much for watching on this kind of dreary Monday afternoon. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You all have a great night.